Okay, hi everybody. I'm gonna make a video discussing the zodiac signs and compatibility of a Taurus with each zodiac sign. So if you're a Taurus, you might want to pay attention. I'm a Taurus, but I'm on the cusp. So I was born on the first day of a Taurus, which means I have signs of it. I have traits of an Aries too. But so this information is based on extensive research. I'm a zodiac head. I just love the zodiac. There's signs I don't know too much about from experience, and when we get there, I'll tell you guys. But so I'm gonna go on compatibility with each sign, with the Taurus in each sign. So we're gonna go from Aries down to Pisces. Okay, and I'm gonna try to keep this under 10 minutes, maybe under 5, because I know our attention span as Americans, so we're dumbing down and we're like child again. So yeah, I'm gonna try to help you guys out with that. So a Taurus, sorry, my elbow's itching. A Taurus with an Aries, I tend to find, and I'm going to be speaking from in general, but mainly from a woman's perspective, because I am a woman, so I don't want to lie and say I can do it from a man's perspective too. So I've dated one Aries guy, and I loved it. I loved it so much that I want another Aries right now. However, these signs can be a danger to each other, because you have an Aries, which is a fire sign, and you have a Taurus, which is a fixed earth sign. So we're set in our ways, while Aries is more of a carefree. And however, I must say, Aries, out of all the fire signs, tend to be loyal. They do tend to be loyal when they're really in a relationship. I mean, they have to know they're in a relationship with you, you know. But yeah, these signs can be very toxic with one another, because Aries has a very bad temper. And Tauruses, we don't allow people to push us too far. We don't allow people to, kind of use their weight around us. So it can be arguments can be very harsh. It can be very damaging to the whole relationship. And other than that, if you work at it, you gotta work at it. And I think it's a strong bond, especially if you're on the cusp of an Aries yourself, like me. It could be an attraction. A Taurus and another Taurus, I'll have to say personally, I'm scared of another me, and so much that when I meet a Taurus guy, I'm scared. I know how wild and crazy, and I don't mean wild and crazy like socially, or I mean mentally. Like, I'm a fuck nut, and I'm scared of that. Okay, so having another Taurus, they say if you research it that it can either be really good or it can be really bad. They also say that it has a tendency to get boring, because Tauruses, we like new things, but we're scared of them. So we need someone to push us. So if you have two people in a relationship who's scared to push each other, it can get rather boring. This relationship is also a very faithful relationship. Tauruses value morality, and they stay true to what they believe in. And the Taurus would rather break up with you, whether they broke up with you or not. And what I mean by that, sometimes we may just be like, fuck it, I'm done, and you won't hear from us. That means it's over, But we don't cheat. So a Taurus and another Taurus is a very good couple as far as loyalty goes. They don't really flirt when they're with other people. It's just very much about those two. However, like I said, it can get really boring, and the fights can be can drag on, where it becomes you're holding grudges against your girlfriend or boyfriend. Okay, so a Taurus and a Gemini, bad match. Geminis, they cheat a lot. They're actually, I researched them and Pisces to be the #1 cheaters. Geminis don't really know what they want, and a lot of them will admit this, that they're not really sure what they want in a guy or girl, in life in general. So when they get into something, it's not that they're lying to you or that they're trying to deceive you. It's just that they thought this is what they wanted. Then they realized they maybe don't want that. Then maybe they realize they do, but they don't know if they want that only. So, you know, they like, why can't I have my cake and eat it too? And they will try this. So, and as a Taurus, you don't like fickle people. You know, you don't like people like that that's going to go back and forth on their word, back and forth on what they mean, back and forth on what they like, what they don't like. You know, they're just too unstable. This is a very unstable sign that belongs with an Aquarius or another Gemini or perhaps a Libra. But they do not need to be with a Taurus. I can almost say 90% of the time this relationship won't work. However, let me go on the record and say all relationships, regardless of what sign you are, can work if you really have to dedicate time. And some signs are harder than others. A Taurus and a Cancer. This is actually said to be a good match, and it is a good match. I find it rather boring because, like I said, I'm part Aries myself. So the Aries part of me doesn't like the lack of excitement, shall I say. Also, Taurus, the problems we may have with an Cancer man as a Taurus woman, we might not like the emotionalness. We don't like emotional boys, pretty boys. We like very like masculine men, you know, and so that might be a problem as far as attraction goes. But it's a very stable, relationship, very fun relationship sometimes, and that'll work. It'll work. It won't work for me, but it'll work. Speaking of a Taurus and an Aries, Taurus and a Cancer. After Cancer, we have Leo, right? Okay. Leo and Tauruses are both fixed signs. Anytime you have two fixed signs, it can be a huge, huge problem. When things get tough, nobody want to loosen up. Nobody wants to try to make it work. It's just the fact that I'm not changing my mind, they're not changing their mind. So, and also, Leo being a fire sign, another sign that isn't good for the earth sign, any of the earth signs, it can be a battle. I've never had any... I've never really dated a Leo, so I couldn't say from personal experience, but I could say what I know. And also, Leos like you to stroke their ego. So if you're a Taurus woman that don't mind that, I mean, it could work. I mean, it's not going to be the easiest. After Leo, you have a Virgo. Perfect match for the Taurus. Like I said, not for me because I tend to go for the fire sign. But another earth sign like a Virgo is great. The only thing that'll bother us is the pickiness of a Virgo, and that bothers anybody. How far can that take the relationship or break up the relationship? I doubt it. You could work through that. But this match is perfect. They're both loyal. Tauruses like to control you physically, and Virgo doesn't necessarily mind that. Virgos are very giving people, and they like a little bit of control. So, you know, sometimes a push and pull thing, but this is a great match. After Virgo, October, Scorpio and Taurus. Scorpio, water fixed sign. Taurus, an earth fixed sign. These fixed signs can have problems. However, Taurus is the opposite of Scorpio. So this can be very good. Scorpios like to own you emotionally, and we Tauruses like to own you physically. So, I mean, it could really be a good match. I used to want my husband to be a Scorpio, but now I start changing my mind, thinking maybe I don't want a Scorpio. So, who knows who my husband will end up being. After Scorpio, you have Sagittarius, and I'm going to try to keep this brief because I have a lot to say about Taurus and Sagittarius. I, as a Aries / Taurus, am highly attracted to Sagittarius. I'm not really dating one now, but I'm kind of talking to one now. And we always argue. I mean, this combination, they say, is good in the bedroom. I wouldn't know because I haven't had one in the bedroom. But they say it's good in the bedroom. There is a lot of passion there, I must say. Like, Sagittarius I had, they're great kissers, and it's just a lot of passion between these two. And I think part of the passion comes from the differences. You know, we fight so hard, both signs, and we believe so strongly, and that it becomes a beautiful. It becomes like a beautiful bad thing, you know. Sagittarius are also cheaters. They're a fire sign, and they're a mutable fire sign, if I'm not mistaken. They're easy to adapt. They like a lot of friends. They're big flirts. So in relationships, this doesn't really cut the cake. I must say, my ex was a Sagittarius. I've dated plenty of Sagittarius, and it goes pretty. It's like you're dating the same guy with a different face. I mean, these problems with flirting and unpredictability is it's a problem within a relationship. It's a lot of excitement coming from the Sagittarius. As us Tauruses, we kind of like in our own world, and we see a big personality. We're kind of attracted to that. However, these signs are not the best for each other. Like I said, with personal experience, I'm trying to learn my lessons, but like I said, I must admit that out of all the signs, I'm most attracted to Sagittarius men. And I think it's because, I don't know what it is because of, but I can't stop. I don't know what to do. I can't stop myself from messing with Sagittarius. They're great people, friendly people. They don't really judge you. But like I said, in a relationship, it's horrible. It's just not, it won't work unless you fight for it. And I didn't fight for mine because the Sagittarius I was with cheated, and the other Sagittarius, the other similar problems with girls, other girls. Anyway, after Sagittarius, you have Aquarius. I feel like I missed somebody. Anyway, you have an Aquarius. Aquarius, their mind fucks too, I must say. So they're a water sign, not really our people to be dating. We should stay away from those. Air. They're air sign. We should stay away from those air signs. Aquarius. I think the problem with us is that Aquarius is also a fixed sign. So I just finished dating an Aquarius, and the fights, I've never had fights this bad. They are strong-willed just like we are, and they don't back down. I'm sorry. And I think I do like Aquarius men because they don't back down, and Aquarius men do know how to tame a woman like me. But the bad is bad, and I can't say that it'll get better. I can't say that it got better for me. I can say that it's over between us. And it's probably because of the signs. I mean, it just doesn't work. They live in, I want to say a fantasy world, but we'll say that for the Pisces. They don't really live in a fantasy world, but they live in some type of mixed reality, I see. And they expect you to be there with them. And I'm not. I'm in reality, And I think their mind works differently for sure. And when you don't do what they want you to do or what they expect you to do, oh, it's a problem. I must admit that the Aquarius guy I was dating, kind of knew what I could and couldn't do. He kind of had me in my place. Like I didn't want him to think that, I was trying to purposely do anything to irritate him. I didn't want him to think that I wasn't there with him, that, I wanted, him to know that an Aquarius man likes to know that it's you and him, and, he wants to know what it is. So but, at the same time, they feel like they like to be free themselves. So they feel like this is I don't think I'm going to post this. But Aquarius men they got this thing where they feel like they can do it, but you can't, so. Like I said, I can't tell you that it'll work because it didn't with me, and, They're very mental people, so just keep that in mind. Very, very mental people. Last, you have a Pisces. Pisces and Taurus, no, don't work. Pisces live in a fantasy world. Taurus live in reality. Pisces are emotional. Tauruses don't like that in their partners, especially not a Taurus woman. So yeah, that doesn't work. I think that covers up the zodiac. I wish I could have, maybe I should have broke it in 2 parts. I kind of want to do something else on the zodiac, but I'm going to go ahead and end this. So bye, you guys.